Hey, YouTube world. It's Kirkpatrick here. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Frog gigging. Ever been frog gigging? I have. It's kind of fun. Real good to do in late May and late August. Yeah, it is. Anyhow, my first time frog gigging, I done got out of college, got a job, and got transferred to New Orleans and then to Arkansas. And was in my 20s, and of course, I married me an Arkansas girl, Yeah, did. She'd later become my ex-wife, but, that's neither here or there. Anyhow, I married into a family, West Memphis, Arkansas. Now, if you know anything about West Memphis, that is the slums of Memphis. It's across the river, out of the way. Got a racetrack there and truck stops. Yep. Got a Greyhound racetrack there. Now it's a casino and Greyhound racetrack, but and truck stops. And truck stops. And truck stops. There's more truck stops there per square mile than any other place. Not the biggest truck stop, but a whole lot of them, and they big. Anyhow, so that's where she lived at. Anyway, married in that family. They live way out on the west side, going down toward nowhere land, toward Little Rock. And so, it really wasn't city folks, kind of country folks. And we got married and everything, and it was on one hot August afternoon. She said, Jacob wants to know if you want to go with him frog gigging tomorrow. I ain't never been frog gigging. It'd be good for you. You get to know Jacob a little bit. That was her brother-in-law, married to her sister. Yeah. So, all right. Here, call Jacob. So I get on the phone, That's the phones we had back then. Anyhow, call Jacob up. Yeah, he'll call you back. He's out in the garden. A few minutes later, Jacob called back. Right, you want to go frog gigging? I said, yeah, I'd like to try that. Sounds like fun. He said, all right, meet me at my house, 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, huh? No, make that 2 o'clock. I said, okay, in the morning? Yeah. And you need to bring an ice chest, flashlight, pair of gloves, and 3 beers. It's all right. Geez, hung up the phone. Look around the house and says, where's that ice chest? Only ice chest we had back then was a little Playmate, It may hold 6 beers or Coca-Colas or whatever. And red on the bottom, white on the top. And it kind of flipped over, but it had a handle in it on it. Yeah, little Playmate. That's what they call it. Anyhow, that's all I had. So, found the flashlight in the kitchen drawer. Just throwed it in there. Didn't even check to see if the batteries was working. Or it's working. Found some gloves in one of the drawers back there. They were leather, fur, kind of dress gloves. So, hey, that was a Christmas gift somebody gave me. And I grabbed 3 beers. So I just put all that. He said, don't put no ice in the ice chest. Okay. I just grabbed all that, put it in the ice chest. He held it all. Showed up a little before 2 in the morning. He said, all right, where's your stuff at? Right here. Held my little hand up. Oh, that's the ice chest? I said, yeah. Well, all right, where's your flashlight and your gloves? So they're in here, same It's all in here. All right. Help me get the boat loaded. So he had a little old aluminum boat. And he had the lights on. These are floodlights. Put the boat in the back of his truck. Little aluminum boat made by Ted Williams. No, made by Sears. Ted Williams model. Yeah, John. Ted Williams John boat. Yeah, that's what it was. 10 foot long. It come, all aluminum. He had to take a buffer and buffer it, a buffering wheel, scratch that aluminum all up. And then he said it took him 9 cans of Cryoline paint to paint that sucker green. Anyway, he had a nice olive drab green, throw that thing in there and we headed out. That area out there, when you get away from Memphis, West Memphis, it gets lonely quick. Yeah. Farmland. Soybeans, cotton, rice. Yep. Well, brother-in-law Jacob there, he had landed him a good job. He was worked for a chemical company, and his job was he went out and scouted soybean and cotton fields and rice paddies fields, what do you want to call them? And, based on all that, then he sold the chemicals, what the farmers needed to them, whether it was for nourishment or for insects or pests or whatever, weeds. Man, this guy's got the job I went to school for. There you go. Told me the only openings I had was in Nebraska. I couldn't go corn-fed. Just couldn't go that far. Anyhow, back to the story. So we pull up. Oh, he opens the gate. Drives on through. There's one more gate this time. When we get out, you close it. All right. We unlocked it. Got back in the truck. I got out. Went through it. I closed it. Like a dumb city folk, I closed it and then realized I had to hop over the gate because I closed it from the outside. That shows you how pretty much greenhorn I was back in them days. Anyhow, we ride on down there in the big soybean fields. They just been harvested. It's late August. And bullfrogs, you just hear them. You just hear them chirping. They got these ditches running along there through them soybean fields. They call them bar ditches. I don't know how to spell bar ditches, but bar ditches. And they're about 8 foot wide, just a little too wide for you to jump across. You have to go down here every now and then. They'll have a little steel gate steel bridge where you walk across. Anyhow, so that's what we put the boat in, and they're about 3.5, 4 foot deep. And he said, "Where your light at?" I got it out. It wouldn't work. And he had one of them lights, coon hunting light back in them days, old cap. And you lit this little piece of some kind of little trizapazoid looking thing, crystal. You lit it. I forgot what they called it, but man, that thing puts out some light. He had one of them, and he said, "Well, here." He gave me a frog gig. Now, these is Arkansas backwoods folks. So there ain't no woods in that part of Arkansas. It's flat as a dang pancake. You see a tree, you better stop and bless it and hug it. I'm telling you. Nothing but flat farmland. Anyhow, so he gave me this stick, and it's a bamboo pole. And on the end of it is a kitchen fork. Evidently, he put on some kind of anvil and hammered out flat. Then he put a grinder on it and ground a barb on each of the outside forks. And how many prongs does a fork have? 4 or 5? I've seen some have 3. Anyhow, and then he duct tapes that to the end of that pole. That's your frog gig. Anyhow, so I'm sitting in the back of the boat. He's in the front of the boat with the light, and he also gives me a little paddle. So, yeah, all right, I got this. Now, he brought a big old 48-quart Coleman ice chest. Anyway, it wasn't long. He's up front. Squeak. They really didn't get quiet, you know. And he sticks one of them goes squeak, and another one goes squeak. I think he's camouflaging himself. Anyhow, he pulls them back there to me because I'm sitting there with the ice chest down in the boat. I got to get them off the fort, throw them in the ice chest. That's where the gloves come in. Yep, that's where the gloves come in. So I got it, you know. Then we get to any one of them barges, we pick that thing up, and we walk about 30 yards, and there's another one. Put it in, we'd paddle up it. We got so many frogs at that 48 cooler ice chest. They were starting to jump out. There wasn't about 4 inches of space left. And I said, Jacob, think we got enough frogs? He said, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess we do. He said, you bring them 3 beers? I said, yeah. Yeah, what are them 3 beers for anyhow? He had opened 2 of them, pour them on them frogs to calm them down. We ain't quitting until we fill that thing up and give me that other one to drink. So, all right. So that's what we did, another hour and a half, gigging frogs. Pulled out of there about daybreak. Went to his house. I was wore out. I ready to go home, you know. I get my little stuff out of the boat, put it in my little Playmate ice chest, headed back to the little car. There's days where I could afford a truck. Hey, where are you going? I guess I'm going to go home. Hell no, you ain't going nowhere. We got to clean these frogs. Oh, okay. Well, let me just put this in the car. Okay. You might want to get them gloves. No, I'll be all right. Anyhow, we sit there and clean frogs for a good hour and a half. Good hour and a half. And that thing ended up being about, I don't know. There's enough frog legs there for a bunch of frog fries. I don't know how many it was. It was a whole heap of them. But anyhow, that's my frog gearing experience with Jacob. You know what? Them boys are kind of like them Duck Dynasty boys. They done some weird things. Anyhow, glad y'all stopped by. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it made you laugh. God bless everybody. It's Kirkpatrick. Adios.